Kia ora, Lara here, and I've created a layout to celebrate with Joanne her 1000 YouTube subscribers hop, and this is the gorgeous layout that I am scraplifting. I found that layout on Instagram, so check Joanne's feed on there. There's some fabulous inspiration that you can make use of. I'm using this gorgeous collection from Close to My Heart that was put together for National Scrapbooking Month. Really love these papers and the colours in them, just the retro feel, the florals. It's just a gorgeous collection, and I would love to get more of it. It's at the moment only available in a kit, so get it while you can if you love the papers. Yeah, I will miss it when I've used it all up, and I've kind of been saving it just for layouts that I really want to document something kind of special. So the photo that I am putting on this page isn't kind of super special, however it is, so I'll explain that a little bit more as we go on. So the photo is one of my husband and at a wee cafe on our way back from Invercargill. A couple of weekends, well no, last weekend by the time this goes up, and we were just sitting at a wee cafe in a wee place called Lumsden, and it was called Raw, and we hadn't been there before. It's just always kind of cool going different places, and it's really nice that we're at a stage where we don't have kids that need us at home, when they're all reasonably independent, where we can be independent too. So we have been enjoying sort of getting out and about and going places and little trips, and I just wanted to document how nice it is just to be able to go on these wee mini adventures. So we'd been in Invercargill because my husband was speaking at a church down there, lovely group of people, and it was really nice to be part of their fellowship for the day, and for Jace to share some teaching that they had asked him to teach on. So on our way back, a nice outing together. As I am putting this layout together, my husband has just been involved in an incident where he was away tramping with a great group of people, my dad included in that bunch of people that he was tramping with, and he had a bit of a fall, and he has actually broken the neck of his right femur. So that's the bone up sort of the top of your leg that goes in towards your hip socket. He hasn't broken the bit that goes into your into that socket, but the wee bit that holds, that's kind of connects that ball joint to the femur. So it's quite a big break, and it's going to be a bit of a long recovery. And sort of as I'm putting this layout together, I knew I had to do one, or as I was scraplifting Joanne, I knew I had to do something of my husband within this. So that's what I've done, and I have got he is currently in Greymouth Hospital. I live in Queenstown, which is a good 6 or 7 hours drive away. However, I'm not driving up to meet him there, because as soon as the weather clears, they will be flying him over to Christchurch Hospital, which is sort of 6 or 7 hours drive in the other direction. So I'll be heading away there first thing in the morning, hence I'm getting this layout put together this evening. And so I chose this design because I love the simplicity of the 4 quadrants, using the corners of the paper and all of the other bits and pieces that Joanne had included, just the embellishments around it, the way the title sat, the way it was just a lovely wee mix of some beautiful embellishments and gorgeous pages. So that is why I chose to scraplift this layout. I had a few saved from her Insta feed and decided that this was the one. So the wee cafe that was in Lumsden, the wee cafe called Raw, it just had really good coffee. They actually roast their own beans, so we did buy a bag of beans to take home to enjoy the taste a little bit longer. They also sort of had this toasted sandwich kind of I'm trying to think of expertise. I'm trying to think like their signature dish or something like that, if you were thinking of a restaurant. But that had they had a whole lot of different doorstep kind of big huge sandwich options for people to purchase, and so it was just kind of cool that they had that niche or that thing, but they also had some other eclectic bits and pieces in there. So it was just nice having a coffee. My husband did have a toasted sandwich, before we carried on the journey again towards home. It's just a really nice setting, and we really enjoyed it. And Joanne, thanks so much for the inspiration of this layout that you've put together, because it made it documenting this kind of specialness of these wee adventures that we go on perfect. So the stickers that came with this collection are rather fabulous as well. They were gorgeous, but I did bring in some of the Hope and Kindness stickers. I felt that the colours worked nicely with this collection as well, and it just added a little bit of a difference to the other stickers that were on there. So it was just quite nice, sort of teaming the two up together a little bit. Really love these stickers, and again, while I'd like the collection that I've used for the base papers to be available separately, I'd really love to be able to buy our sticker sheets separately as well, because they are quite they're quite gorgeous, and sometimes with papers I like to embellish things a little bit more than perhaps others do, and so I'd actually love to be able to buy these stickers separately, but I can't, so I just have to buy more paper, which means I then have to make more pages. So kind of a win-win situation really, isn't it? Hey, so yeah, just pulling out lots of these stickers, trying to stick to the design that Joanne had on her layout, and just want to congratulate Joanne here again on reaching 1,000 subscribers. I've been trying to get there, not desperately, but it is kind of one of these cool milestones that I think people who do YouTube just want to achieve. So I'm not one for encouraging you to subscribe if you don't enjoy my channel or my pages, but if you do, I'd love to have you follow along and help me reach that goal. So there's lots of little hearts on both these little sheets, and I pulled off a few of them as well. Make sure that you check below for a link to the other layouts that have been created by people also celebrating this 1,000 subscribers hop with Joanne. There'll be lots of inspiration there, and it'd be great to see how others have been inspired by Joanne's layouts as well. I really hope that you have enjoyed seeing this come together, and that you can forgive some of my ramblings. And the story that I'm writing here now is just one that sort of backs up a little bit of that enjoyment of going on these wee adventures with my husband, that we can do that sort of stuff now, and I hope that we can do more of those. As I'm doing this voiceover, he is currently in Christchurch Hospital. We are hoping that he will be discharged tomorrow. He had the physio sign off today because he could use crutches on stairs. That's only because 13 years ago he actually shattered the bottom part of his femur. He had sort of an incident where he dislocated his knee and he smashed the bone, the right lateral condyle, which is sort of that bottom, one of the bumpy bits on the bottom of his femur, I guess, that goes into his knee, and it was sort of in 3 different parts, and it had to be pinned together and screwed together and all sorts of other bits and pieces. But he became a pro on crutches then, so this time it's even easier. He doesn't have a cast on his leg, so he's got a little bit more perhaps mobility, but I think he's still really tentative, and he isn't meant to weight bear or anything on this leg anyway, so that's okay. That'll just be a long bit of recovery, and so we're hoping that he will be discharged tomorrow. He just has to have a meeting with the occupational therapist and sort a few bits and pieces out, all the sort of paraphernalia that goes on with an injury like this, like leg lifters and shoe horns, and probably things like a shower stool, so that it's up at a decent height for him, because it's going to be a bit difficult to stand in the shower. While we've got a big enough shower, we don't have handles, so just little things like that we have to sort through. I've just added a few of the gorgeous wooden hearts that Close to My Heart currently has as well, and I'm just going through and having a look at Joanne's layout and thinking, what else do I need to add to this to finish it off? And I felt that I needed a little bit of sparkle or some sequiny kind of things, and I found a sheet that tied in nicely, the colours, tones and things like that, and I find a few more of those in my sort of embellishment-y acrylic dots kind of collection, and so I'm just putting a few of them around as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this again, that you have got some inspiration out of it, that you will check below for other people who have been working to celebrate Joanne's 1,000 subscribers, and that if you've enjoyed this, that you'll subscribe too. Hey, here's just some close-ups of the finished layout, and yeah, hope you check below, and hope you're having kind of a better week than I have been. But take time to enjoy little moments and time with loved ones. Thanks for watching.